Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost in Dixon, Missouri. This is the United States in Kmt July 1940. The United States started this turn with $53 in their bank, and they've decided to spend damn near all of it. They're going to lend-lease the French a medium tank for 6, a strategic bomber to Great Britain for 12, a fighter to KMT for 10. The Burma Road is currently open, so they can do that. And then they're buying 2 strategic bombers for themselves for another 24. So I've added all that up. That comes up to $52, so they're going to save 1. And then Chiang Kai-shek had 4 in his bank, and he has spent that on 2 militia. Okay, the United States is where they have been for a little while up here on the tech chart. They've got their 5 roles, so they're going to try to advance jet fighters, heavy bombers, long-range aircraft, improved factories, and improved construction. We'll see if Director Hoover's visit to the Interior Department had any effect. Okay, jet fighters is an 8. Missed with a 1. Heavy bombers is a 9. Yeah, they got a 9. So we'll move that to stage 3. Long-range aircraft needs a 7. There's a 10. So we'll move that one over. Now I gotta offset that, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to see. Here, I'll just put that over there on the edge. Let's see. Improved factories is a 7. Ooh, they hit the big 12 on that one. I'm thinking the G-men may have found out who the spies were and got them out of there. Improved construction is also a 7. Well, as soon as I say that, they miss with a 3. Isn't that always the way? Let's see, as long as we're here, we're going to give the Americans their peacetime income roll. They got a 10. So we're going to move them up to 45. That was a pretty good roll. The United States, of course, won't have any combat. They're not going to have any non-combat. Chiang Kai-shek's not prepared to try any combat again. He doesn't have the margins to have a reasonable chance of success. So he is just going to build up where he can and try to bleed the Japanese whenever they do decide to do something. So let's see here. Yep, looks like it's time to place units. As long as we're on China, ahead with that. About dropped a chip. Okay, we're going to add one militia to Szechuan. And we're going to add one militia to, what is that? Quichao. I'll have to get a chip under him. I'll do that when I'm finished. Then the United States is going to put their 2 strategic bombers over here at, where do we want to put them? It doesn't really matter at this point. So let's build them here in Chicago at that major. That's not going to hurt us to build them inland. They're not going to go anywhere for a while anyway. Okay. That's going to be that. Well, I should have just went ahead and did this while I was over here in China before. So now I have to deliver lend-lease. And reviewing lend-lease rules, RC left a comment on one of my earlier videos from the beginning of the game about Germany lend-leasing to nationalist Spain. And I went back and read the rules over again and found out that I had made another mistake. The lend-lease delivery process allows you to choose which naval facility you want to send the stuff to at the receiving country. So I could have chosen the major shipyard at Leon Castile to ship to. And then I would choose the shortest path between the sender and receiver's facilities that I have chosen to use. So it worked out for General Franco in the end, but I did misread the rules on that. So now I'm straightened out on that part. Okay, all KMT lend-lease has to go into Yunnan down here because it arrives by the Burma Road. But that brings me to an optional rule, because up there on my list I have that I am playing the Himalayan air hunt. So let me read that rule real quick, and then we're going to have a roll to do for that. Okay, I've checked that out. Lend-leasing an aircraft to KMT, what we're simulating here is delivery of the aircraft to Rangoon, Burma by ship. Then it comes ashore, gets assembled, and then it flies over the Himalayan mountains, which are impassable on the map. This area of the Himalayas was nicknamed the Hump by pilots who went over it. And I'm just knocking stuff over all over the place. And there were a good many pilots and aircraft who attempted to fly the Hump who didn't make it. And for aircraft of the time, they were flying at very high altitude. Up there in the thin air, their piston radial engines could barely get enough oxygen to be able to keep running, even with superchargers. Of course, you know, at that extreme altitude, you also have icing conditions on the wings. Oil lines can freeze up. Any number of things can go wrong. So, also to simulate the loss of aircraft trying to reach China, we're going to have a die roll for some kind of catastrophe. It's a D12. If an 11 or a 12 comes up, then that fighter is going to crash into the mountains and be lost. Rolled an 8, so he made it. Okay. That's that. Now, get the camera over here. We're going to deliver France's tank to Normandy. I think you were able to see that, yeah. And a brand new Lancaster to the RAF at London. I think I'm going to have to get a chip in there. Now, of course, we know it wouldn't have been a Lancaster bomber. It would have been an American bomber. Because that was just the way they did it. The American companies didn't obtain licenses to build British aircraft and vehicles and so forth. They built their own designs and sold them to the British, which the British were happy to have. They really didn't care what the thing was as long as it did what it was supposed to. Okay, money time. The United States, as we just saw, has 45. So I don't think they get any other peacetime bonuses, but let's check just to be sure. Let's see. No on that, no on that, no on that, no on that, no, 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 and no. Okay, 45 for the United States next turn, and 4 for Chiang Kai-shek. Yep, that's it. This is Ozark Outpost. Over and out.